What's the haps, folks? This is Professor App here with a Let's Play of Return of the Obra Dinn. Last time we continued our search of the ship, and we made quite a lot of progress last time. I managed to deduce 12 fates of the people on board the Obra Dinn. I finally managed to deduce the location of where Henry Evans and all the other passengers who left the ship, where they'd gone to. And I managed to deduce that by the fact that I worked out that Henry Evans was the one who had sent the book and the pocket watch. I was just scrolling through the book and I noticed the preface where I said return to my address in Morocco. And obviously Morocco's in Africa, so that made me think, oh, that's where they've gone. And it turned out I was right. That's where all the people who had survived. So that was Henry Evans, along with the two women, Emily Jackson, Jane Bird, and the fourth mate, Stewart. I think he's Davy James. That's where they all went. So I've deduced their fates now. I also finally deduced who Timothy Buterman was. And so he was the man with the tattoo on his arm. And so I finally managed to work out who he was. And he actually died quite early on. He died at the end of chapter 3. Where he was shot by, of course, Edward Nichols. I think he was trying to stop Edward Nichols and his group of traitors escaping with the Formosan royalty, and he saw them and tried to stop them, and then obviously got himself killed for it. So it's like no wonder I wasn't able to see. I was looking at all the top men and trying to work out who has the tattoo. And it's like no wonder I couldn't see him because Timothy Buterman died so early on. So of course I wasn't going to see him. Also, I finally managed to deduce the fates of Lars Linda and the Peters brothers. So it turns out that the person who Lars Linda supposedly killed was the very first person who was killed on board the Obra Dinn in Chapter 1 in Loose Cargo. He was the person who got crushed by the falling cargo, and apparently that was Lars Linda's fault. And so his brother took revenge on him to avenge his brother. Although he did end up drowning in a boat when he tried to escape the ship. So I think that's a bit of a karmic justice for him, isn't it? I mean, he was technically responsible, but it was clearly an accident, and I guess that's not really, right to kill someone just for that reason. And I was able to deduce which of them was which by the fact that I noticed on the beds, like later on in the story, I think it was in chapter 7, I noticed there was a label on the bed for the number which corresponds to Nathan Peters, and so that led me to think that the person who was alive, the one who killed Lars Linda, was Nathan Peters. And therefore the person who died at the beginning in chapter 1 was called Samuel Peters. That's allowed me to deduce which of them was which. So that's finally that mystery solved. Oh yes, I also managed to deduce the identities. Finally, after all this time, I found out who Charles Minair was. That was mostly just a case of guesswork, really, because I thought I eliminated quite a lot of people by then. And I just guessed based on who was hanging with the bosun in some of the memories, because he's the bosun's mate. And that just led me to realise who Charles Minair was. And I also managed to work out who Zunji Safi was. Although it took me a while to work out what exactly killed him, because the game was actually being quite sneaky with this. So Zunji Safi was the person who was killed by the crab riders, or he was supposedly killed by the crab rider monsters in chapter 6, and he hid behind the wall on the ore deck. But it wasn't actually the spikes that killed him, the spikes that the crabs shot at him. What actually happened was that he was stabbed by one of the spikes, he crawled away, managed to pull the spike out of himself, and he was left hiding behind the wall bleeding out. But what actually killed him was a misfire from Charles Minair, because it turns out on the other side of the wall, Charles Minair was trying to shoot the crab, he missed, the bullet then pierced the wall and then hit Zunji Safi on the other side as he was bleeding out. So that was actually what had killed him. Yeah, that took me a long time to work out. That was quite sneaky, that was. Because I spent all that time looking at those memories and trying to work out what exactly stabbed him. But it turns out I didn't need to do that at all. I just had to look in the window and see who had shot him. I think I just worked that out because obviously there was something bursting out of him like a gunshot. So obviously he'd been stabbed before and the spike almost fell out of him. And then obviously that couldn't have killed him. That wouldn't have caused an explosion out of his chest, but a gunshot would. And so that led me to think that realise he was actually shot. Okay, so I've deduced now 54 people, so now 6 people left I need to deduce. And unfortunately, 3 of them are the Chinese top men. So I'm really not sure how to deduce who those 3 are, because I don't think they appear in that many memories. and there's really not a lot for me to go off of, like which one is which. I've already deduced one of them, but that was because of his bed that appeared in one of the memories, and led me to realise that he was still alive at that point. And that led me to realise, okay, he's the one of the Chinese men, okay? But the other three, I've really got no idea who they are. I don't know. I mean, I'm so far into it. I feel like maybe I could just like use guesswork to work it out. I probably don't like that, but I mean, I have used guesswork before already. Like I used that to guess like some of the Russians who were like, you know, two seamen who drowned with Nichols. I used guesswork to work them out. I mean, it was an educated guess because I knew they were Russians, but I didn't actually deduce exactly who they were. Same with like Emily Jackson, Miss Jane Bird. Again, I made like an educated guess, but it was just a guess, really. Otherwise, it was just like a shot in the dark as to who they were. Also, I guess because it is quite late on in the game, I think I've earned the right to have a bit of leeway and make a few guesses here. Like I say, we'll try to work out who they are, and I'm guessing that once I've done that, I'll finally be able to work out like, what's going on in the lazarette, find out what happened to the other two corpses I haven't found yet, belonging to Philippe Dahl and of course Martin Perrott. So why don't we get started on doing that, seeing if we can find out what happened to the remaining crew. Okay, before I do that, I'm just going to head to the book. Okay, so we've got Martin Perrott, the people left her, Martin Perrott, Philippe Dahl, then we have the three Chinese men, and there's one more seaman, isn't there? Yes, Alexander Booth. Okay, now if we go to the crew, so obviously, where is he? This man here is Philippe Dahl, so he's been deduced. Martin Perrott is here. These three here, so he's Chinese, and I think he's also Chinese. So they're the three Chinese top men who are left. Which means this person here must be the only one I haven't said, which would be Alexander Booth. So let's set him to be that. Set him to be Alexander Booth. Okay, so that's one. Right, now for these three Chinese men here. So if I can get two of them right, I can deduce who the last one is, can't I? So let's have a look at these. So I've got this one here. I think he's the one who was with Nichols' crew, and I think he was then killed by one of the mermaids. Let's have a look. He was in the murder with Hoxing Lau, and then he was then present when Timothy Buteman was shot. He was in the beds, I think, with he was in there, and he was then killed. And then he was killed on the water, wasn't he? Okay. This one here, he appears in 4 memories as well. That's another thing, they appear in very few memories as well. Let's have a look. Which memories does he appear in? Okay, he's in Soldiers of the Sea, where he's, I'm guessing he's on the rigging with the other top men. Unholy Captives, that's one with Thomas Sefton gets killed. Then he's in the bed, and then there's the one where he gets decapitated. And then last one is this guy here, who is, he's the one who gets electrocuted here, struck by lightning. He appears in 5 memories. He's in that one, that's the one where he gets electrocuted. He's in the murder of Hoxing Lau. Unholy Captors as well. And a Bitter Cold. Okay, I know all 3 of them are in their beds in that one, so I'll go down to that one again, see if there's anything at all I can use to work out like who they are. There must be something I can use. Okay, I think it's these people here, isn't it? Let's have a look. Yeah, so it's 38, 39, 40, isn't it? I think let's quickly check. Let's have a look at the crew again. It's 38, 39, and 40. Yeah, 38, 39, 40. So is there anything at all I can use? Anything they carry around with them, maybe? No, that's George Shirley, who I deduced last time as well. This is too high up, I can't really see him. Is that something up there? Let's have a look. No, I really can't see anything here. Has he got like stripy socks on maybe? I'm not sure. Can't really tell. I can't really see anything, like, I can see the legs, but I don't really know if the legs will help me. No, there's no distinguishing features there, I don't think. I don't see like I don't see anything like they've got with them. Yeah, I can safely say there's nothing there which can really help me. I don't think so, anyway. Yeah, I don't really know how. Honestly, I really don't know what could be the difference between them. Okay, I know that two of them appear in in Hokuseng Lao's memory. So let's see where's that. His is on the main deck. Yep. Okay, I think they're sat up on here, aren't they? So two of them are sat up on here, right? Yeah, I was thinking maybe I could use, like, I don't know, maybe their clothes or something, but I can't really see anything distinguishing them. There's not really a lot that I can see. Yeah, I can get a good look at these two here, but I don't really see anything that's, you know, going to use to help me. Honestly, I really don't see anything. And where's the other guy? Let me have a look. He was in chapter 6 where he was killed. He was killed with with James Wallace, which is in his memory is on the Orlop deck. Let's have a look at him. Oh god, that's awful. Hearing their legs, the neck snapping. Yeah, it's him. He's the one who was decapitated. I'm really not sure, honestly. Yeah, there are no beds around here either. No beds here that I can use. You know what? Let's just try it. Let's just try something. Let's just try to do it with try it, see what happens. Let's try. Like I say, if I get two of them right, at least I'll know whether it works. Let's try. Say it's Li Hong. And then let's try this one here is... Let's say he's Ji Zhang. Okay, that's not right. Maybe he's Huang Li. Oh! That was lucky. Two more fates correct. Oh, two more! Huang Li was electrocuted. And Alexander Booth was drowned by a terrible beast. Oh, no, you just get two. Interesting. How many is that? 56, is it? Okay, so we only got two now then, I suppose. I guess that was literally just a guess on my part. So who was it again? Chapter 6. Yeah, so Huang Li was electrocuted. Like I said, not sure how to deduce that, but apparently he was Huang Li. Okay, so where's the other one? He's in chapter 4, isn't he? He was the first one to die in chapter 4. So he would be... Would he be Ji Zhang? It's the other way around then. He's Li Hong. He is... Where is he? He's in chapter 6. He would be... Ji Zhang. Yep, there we go. Like I said, literally just guesswork there. All currently solvable fates correct. There we go. Ji Zhang, decapitated by a terrible beast. And then Li Hong was speared by a terrible beast. And that's all of them so far. 58. There is nothing left to do on the Obra Dinn. Okay, so I guess I can't go into the lazarette just yet, can I? It's probably still locked, isn't it? Yeah, but like I say, literally that was just guesswork. But that's interesting though, in that it only said it was correct if I only had two of them correct. That's strange. I thought it'd still give me 3, and then the one left over would automatically be set to the correct one. Okay, so I'm guessing, like I say, I'm guessing I still can't go down to the lazarette, can I? No, lazarette's still locked. So, like it did say, there's nothing left to do on the Obra Dinn, isn't there? So I guess I'll just head back up to the back up to the ship, the boat rather, and go and meet with the boatman. But yeah, this is all good then. So I'll just quickly run through the book again. So yeah, we've got in chapter 1 we saw the death of Samuel Peters when he was crushed by falling cargo, along with a stowaway who was hiding inside a barrel. Chapter 2, that was the death of Solomon Syed and Renfred Rajub, who died from some lung disease. And we also saw a moment where the butcher was slaughtering a cow for its meat. Then chapter 3, which is murder, that's where Nichols killed Nunzio Pascal when he was trying to steal the shell. He then framed Hokseng Lao for it for the murder, and he was then killed by firing squad. And then Nichols and his mates killed Timothy Buttermont when he tried to stop them from fleeing. Then chapter 4, that's when all of Nichols' crew were killed. So Li Hong was killed by the mermaids, as was Patrick O'Hagan. And then Galligan was killed by Ik Beng Si when he broke free. And while Bun Lan Lim and Ik Beng Si were both killed by the mermaids, or Ik Beng Si was burned to death. And then Nichols was shot when he tried to get back to the ship, while the two Russians, Alexei Torporov and Larkus Nikishin, were drowned. Chapter 5, this is the aftermath, isn't it? So that saw the death of Chiao Tan and Hamadou Dio when the mermaids killed them. Then Thomas Sefton was bludgeoned to death by the mermaid when he was trying to get the shell, which then resulted in William Wasim's death when the mermaid fell and he got crushed by it. And then Philip Dahl then attacks John Naples for some reason. I still don't quite work out why he did that. Then chapter 6 was when, I think that was when the Crab Riders appeared. So Huang Li was struck by lightning. Then we have Nicholas Botterill, who was the first one to die from the crabs. Then Marcus Gibbs was then killed by the crabs when he tried to kill it with his axe. And then James Wallace and Ji Zhang were killed by the beasts. They were decapitated. And then Charles Hirschtick tried to stop them, but he got burned to death. Emil O'Farrell was then killed, and so was Zundi Sathi, or he was stabbed, and then he was shot by Charles Miner when he tried to shoot the crab, and his bullet missed. And then Winston Smith killed the last one, but at the cost of his own life, unfortunately. Then chapter 7, that's when the octopus attacked, so a lot of people tried to escape, and then Lars Linde tried to get with them, but Nathan Peters killed him as a revenge for killing his brother. Then Edward Spratt was the first one to be killed by the octopus when he was crushed while he was on the toilet. Abraham Akbar, he was crushed by the cannon. I think the octopus reached in and crushed him when he was trying to fire the cannon. And the cannon fired off, hit Christian Wolfe and George Shirley. And then Roderick Anderson tried to kill it as well, but the cannon crushed him. Then on the main deck, Peter Milroy tried to blow it up, but he got killed in the explosion himself. And then Mabel was also killed by the beast. Then Abigail was then clobbered by the beast when the rigging fell down. And then all these people died here as well. So Omid Gould fell off the boat. Then you've got Nathan Peters, Alexander Booth, Duncan McKay. They all tried to escape, but then they got drowned when the boat capsized. I think Whaley, Finlay Dalton, and Charles Miner. They were all three killed by the Kraken when it pulled them off or something, or crushed them. Chapter 8, still don't know that yet, so I'll go back to that in a minute when I return to Henry Evans. Then there was a mutiny where Alfred Castile succumbed to his wounds, and then that led to and then on the main deck, Paul Moss tried to escape with the others, but he was killed by Volkov before he had the chance. Then Volkov tried to kill the others when they tried to stop them from escaping, but he was shot by Emily Jackson. Then when Olaf Wyatt heard Thomas Lanker attack, trying to. I think he heard him trying to call out for mutiny, so he stabbed him. And then he tried to shoot him, but then John Davis shot him instead. And then John Davis then killed by Henry Brennan. And I think he saw him kill Olaf Wyatt, which led him to kill Henry Brennan after that. Kill John Davis after that. And then Thomas Lanker eventually succumbed to his wounds and he died with William Hoskett next to him. And Emily Jackson, Jane Bird, David James, Henry Evans, they all escaped to Africa. And then we get to chapter 10, where all the people who were left tried to mutiny against the captain, but the captain killed all of them. So he killed William Hoskett, Henry Brennan, Lewis Walker, and then after all that, the captain ended up shooting himself. Okay, so that's basically everything, apart from obviously in chapter 8, but I'll soon find that out, won't I, when I take this back to the boatman. Where is he? I'll get off here again. Also, hopefully we're going to work out what on earth that is out there. Is that the shell? Obviously, it gives off the same light as the shell, doesn't it? So, where do I go out? How do I get out of here again? It's on the... Is it this side? Oh, here it is. Yeah, here we are. Let's get down here. And there's the boat. The boat's pulling.
Storm's nearly about, so we won't be coming back.
Okay, not coming back. Is that your last chance to basically go, is it? Or I go back and change it? Okay, it's counting down now.
Finally! Sit down so you don't fall out.
Okay. And now we're swimming, being rowed away. One week later. The Honourable East India Company Insurance Assessment for the good ship Obra Dinn, victim of a calamitous event at sea, prepared by the Company Office of Investigation. Ship. Damaged in squall Atlantic, sunk in storm Falmouth, payout claim £20,000. Cargo Company, all cargo lost, payout claimed £5,000. Cargo Crown, all cargo lost, payment claimed for restitution £3,000. Captain Robert Witterell, fate, suicide gun, criminal findings, murder of crewmates 4, estate forfeiters to the Crown. William Hoskett, fate, shot by a gun by Robert Witterell, criminal findings, attempted mutiny, estate fine £25. Edward Nichols, second mate, shot by a gun with Chow Tan, criminal findings, murder of crewmate, attempted mutiny, theft of cargo. Estate fined £100. I think he got a bit off lightly for that. Martin Perrott, fate unknown, findings of merit, extraordinary valour, exceptional performance of duties. Estate awarded outstanding wages and reward £90. So he got rewarded for it then. John Davis, fate, clobbed by Henry Brennan. Criminal findings, murder of crewmate, estate fined £15. Alfred Clesteel, fate, torn apart by beast. Findings of merit, exceptional performance of duties, estate award, outstanding wages and rewards £70. So he got rewarded as well. Charles Minet, fate, torn apart by beast. Criminal findings, murder of crewmate, estate unknown, expense claimed £15. Henry Evans, fate, alive. Findings of merit, of demerit, abandonment of crew and vessel. Estate award outstanding wages £50. James Wallace, fate, decapitated. Findings of merit, extraordinary valour. Estate award outstanding wages and reward £50. Winston Smith, fate, speared by beast. Findings of merit, extraordinary valour. Estate award outstanding wages and reward £60. Marcus Gibbs, fate, spiked. Estate unknown. Outstanding wages donated to pension fund £30. Thomas Sefton, fate, struck by tail. Estate awarded outstanding wages £40. Neil O'Farrell, fate, spiked. Findings of merit, exceptional performance of duties. Estate awarded outstanding wages and reward £40. Christian Wolfe, fate, shot by a cannon by a beast. Findings of merit, exceptional performance of duties. Estate awarded outstanding wages and reward £70. Olus Wyatter, fate, shot gun John Davis. Criminal findings, murder of one crewmate, attempted mutiny, estate fined £50. Duncan McKay, fate, drowned, bitten by a beast, findings of demerit, abandonment of crew and vessel, estate award, outstanding wages £50. Finley Dalton, crushed by a beast, estate awarded £30. Edward Spratt, crushed by a beast, estate awarded £50. Abigail Hoskett Witterell, clubbed by a beast, no claim made. Nunzio Pasca, knifed by Edward Nichols, no claim made. Emily Jackson, alive in Africa. Criminal findings, murder of crewmate. Findings of demerit, abandonment of crew and vessel. Estate fined £35. Miss Jane Bird, alive in Africa. Findings of demerit, abandonment of crew and vessel. Estate fined £10. Bun Lan Lim, fate, clause, no claim made. Itbeng Sia, burned. Criminal findings, murder of one crewmate. Estate unknown, expense claim £25. Chow Tan, Spite, criminal findings, murder of crewmate, estate unknown, expenses claimed £25. Hokseng Lao, shot, gun by Henry Brennan, no claim made. Zunji Sathi, shot, gun by Charles Minair, estate awarded outstanding wages £35. Philippe Dahl, unknown, criminal findings, murder of crewmate, findings of demerit, failure to perform duties, estate fined £35. Paul Moss, killed by Leonid Volkov, findings of merit, exceptional performance of duties, estate awarded outstanding wages and reward £45. Samuel Galligan, knifed by Itbang Sia, criminal findings, attempted mutiny, theft of cargo, estate findings to £50. Roderick Anderson, crushed by cannon, estate awarded outstanding wages £10. Davy James, Alive Africa, findings of demerit, abandonment of crew and vessel, no claim made. Peter Milroy, findings of merit, extraordinary valour, estate awarded outstanding wages and reward £40. Thomas Lanker, knifed by Ellis Wyatt, estate awarded outstanding wages £30. Charles Hirschdick, extraordinary valour, exceptional performance of duties, estate awarded £50. Omid Ghoul, exceptional performance of duties, estate awarded outstanding wages and reward £35. Timothy Buterman, extraordinary valour, estate awarded £35. Huang Li, exceptional performance of duties, awarded £35. Ji Zhang, extraordinary valour, estate awarded, same again, £35. Li Hong, criminal findings, attempted mutiny, theft of cargo, fined £50. Wei Li, extraordinary valour, exceptional performance of duties, estate awarded £45. Nicholas Botterill, awarded £25. Mabba, estate unknown, wages and reward donated to pension fund, £45. Lewis Walker, criminal findings, attempted mutiny, estate fine, £25. Leon Volkov, criminal findings, murder of crewmate, fined, estate unknown, expenses claimed £15. Alarkus Nikishin and Alexei Torporov, theft of cargo, fined £50. Nathan Peters, murder of crewmate, findings of demerit, abandonment of crew and vessel, fined £25. Lars Linder, estate award, outstanding wages £15. John Naples, exceptional performance of duties, rewarded £25. Renfred Rajub, outstanding wage donated to pensions fund £15. Abraham Akbar, estate awarded outstanding wages and reward £25. William Wasim, same again, £25. Solomon Syed, £15. Hamadou Diom, exceptional performance of duties, estate unknown, rewarded £25 pension fund. Henry Brennan, murder of one crewmate, attempted mutiny, therefore fined £50. Alexander Booth, demerit, abandonment of crew, estate award, outstanding wages £5. Patrick O'Hagan, attempted mutiny, theft of cargo, fined £50. George Shirley, awarded £25. Samuel Peters, estate awarded £15. A preliminary draft of this assessment has been approved by the Royal Trade Governor, Guarantor. Total claim £29,285. On behalf of the Honourable East India Company, I certify all statements as accurate and declare this matter closed in its entirety. HBIC Chief Inspector. Sign it on the dotted line. So that's everything. That's all the face. Oh. The pocket watch remains in your possession. The book returns to its original owner, Henry Evans in Morocco, as requested. We're going to find out what happens in the lazarette. We're going to work out what happened. One year later. Oh, is this in Henry Evans' office? This is Henry Evans. Can't move.
Can you believe it? A package at this hour? Oh, the thing smells just dreadful.
Probably is Henry Evans.
Don't open it inside. I'll be turning in now.
Okay.
Tea's in the kitchen if you need more.
That's from Henry Evans, isn't it? Okay, let's have a look. Chief Inspector, I write to you with the unfortunate news that Dr. Evans has passed away. Oh no. He succumbed to his illness shortly after receiving your package. He was very pleased with your correspondence and asked that his gratitude be expressed by returning the book to you, along with the means to complete it. As for the three of us that remain, the Obra Dinn is a distant memory and a dreadful chapter in our lives that we wish to forget. Do not write back. Regards, Jane Bird. Oh, so Henry Evans died then, but I guess I've got the book back, and I've got the watch as well, so I can find out what exactly happened to what happened in the lazarette. So that's from Miss Jane Bird. So obviously it's just Emily Jackson, Jane Bird, and then Davy James who are left now. Still can't move though. There's the book. Yeah, there's the letter. What's this here? Is this the watch? Oh. Oh, that's nasty. Is it a monkey's paw or something? Like gives you like wishes or something like that. There's the book. This tale belongs to you now. Please finish it, Henry Evans. So can I finally do chapter 8? Yeah, now I can finally work out what happened in the lazarette. So what's this here? Looks like a monkey's paw, it gives you wishes or something. No wonder it smells dreadful. Oh, I see. So I can use that because it's not just humans, is it? I can use this as a way of working out what happens to people. Because I did the same with the cow skull, and I did it with the crab monster as well. I can see the last moments of their death. Okay, so I can look at the the monkey's last moments or something. So let's have a look then. Here we go.
There you are. Collect your things. Where's the key? To that door. Gone. Damn. There's no time. We need to go. Right. Here you go. What are you up to? Nothing.
Oh, flip. You shot the monkey. So I'm in the lazarette now, aren't I? Who's that there? Oh, is that Martin Perrott? He's been killed, hasn't he? He's been killed. It's spiked by all the mermaids or something. And there's Philippe Dahl, isn't it? With the treasure from the Formosans. Yeah, there's Philippe Dahl, isn't it? Yep. They've gone out from the in the water or something. Who's that there? Henry Evans. He shot his own monkey. I saw him. He had a monkey on his shoulder, but he shot him, did he? He shot his own monkey. I wonder why he did that. So chapter 8, the bargain. A friendly but not entirely pleasant monkey companion was sacrificed in the pursuit of knowledge. There you are, collect your things. Where is the key? To that door. Gone. There is no time, we need to go. Right, in you go. What are you up to? Nothing good. So did he shoot his own monkey so that he could use its paw so that eventually someone will be able to witness this? Was that his plan? He planned to kill the monkey so someone will be able to witness his last moments using this watch. I think that was his plan, wasn't it? I wonder where he got the watch from. There's Paul Moss, and then there's Henry Evans as well. Yeah, so Paul Moss is on the other side, isn't he? So he shot the monkey so that so I'll be able to witness this. That was his plan, wasn't it? And so now I need to work out what happened to Martin Perrott and Philippe Dahl. So we're looking at first is Martin Perrott. Yep.
A third shell. Captain didn't toss them all. Leave it. Help me lift it.
Stop! Why? We'll set you free! Give it the shell! Here? Do it! Hoist it out. To the main deck. Throw it over. Lock the door when you leave.
Get the tail, boy.
In return.
This is Martin Perrott, isn't it?
The Obra Dinn. See it home.
Yes, so he was obviously killed by the mermaids, but how? Well, there's the shell with the bloody mermaid. Look at that thing. It's horrible. So who's that with him? That's Davy James. And Paul Moss. So like trying to set it free or something. But where are they going? Where's that door lead to? Does that lead back to the? That leads back to the main deck, is it? They said throw it overboard or something, didn't they? So they gave it the shell, they're going to take it and throw the mermaid overboard. Okay, let's see what happened here. So Martin Perrott, he was spiked by a terrible beast, wasn't he? Where are we? He was spiked by a terrible beast. Yes, there's a third shell. Captain didn't toss them all. Leave it, help me lift this. Stop, wait, we're here to set you free. Give it the shell. Do it, hoist it out to the main deck, throw it over, lock the door when you leave. Get the tail, boy. In return, the ship, the Obra Dinn, see it home. So he did something, he wanted to try and set the mermaid free or something. That was what was in the lazarette. So, when I remember that the captain said, put him in the lazarette with those things. Like when he's talking about Philippe Dahl, so he put him in the lazarette because the mermaids were locked in there. I'm guessing they all managed to get out through the water except for this one or something. And he was, and obviously that meant he killed. That was killed. What killed Perrott here? And they just threw it overboard with the shell. Okay, now it's Philippe Dahl. Oh wait, hang on, not quite yet. There's another corpse here. It's a mermaid. That's the captain, that.
Withdraw the Kraken, or I will kill you all!
It's the captain killed it. So he's trying to get them to, like, you know... so it was, the Kraken was, like, working with them or something. He was working with the mermaids. Like, trying to set them free or something? Yeah, that's definitely the captain. He killed the mermaid to try and like tell it to get rid of the Kraken or something. And there's Philippe Dahl with the shell. Okay, here we go. A captured beast fought against his jailer and was speared for the trouble. Yes, so the captain just killed the mermaid to try and stop. He was trying to obviously get it to stop it from the Kraken from attacking or something, and it didn't work. So he ended up killing it. Yeah, this is all an awful situation, isn't it? Being attacked by all these monsters. For something that's really not your fault. I mean, it was all really Nichols's fault because he's the one who tried to get the shells, and the captain's the one who has to pay for it all. As Nichols died so early on before all this happened, he didn't actually have to suffer any of the consequences, really. Another mermaid.
Call it off, damn you! This is your Kraken! You brought it here! Send it back!
Killed that one as well. What's that there? Can't tell what that is. Philippe Dahl's still dead, though. So the captain killed another one. Shot it, I guess. Yeah, you can see his arm coming out. There's not really much else here, is there? This is part 2. An unholy creature's defiant shrieks were greeted with a fatal bullet. It's quite poetic, that. Okay, so I guess now we're going to finally find out what happened to Philippe Dahl. He's the last person to look at. Okay, and now it's just Philippe Dahl. Finally work out what happened to him. Yeah, because the mermaids are locked in here, aren't they?
What's this? Quicksilver.
What's he doing now? He's burning to death from the chest, isn't he?
Herre min Gud.
Yeah, he just burned to death, I suppose, from the chest. And what exactly is this thing? Like this chest that the Formosans had? Because I think Ibn-Sir used it to like kill all the mermaids, didn't he? And what exactly is this thing? It like shoots like fire out of it. It kills people when you use it or something, doesn't it? Yeah, but we definitely know he burned to death now. So I'm wondering what exactly happened there. You just try and get the shell or something, and you end up burning himself to death. Looks like it, anyway. That's Philippe Dahl, he just burned to death. Yeah, he says Quicksilver, and then he tried to grab it and he got burned to death. Okay, so Philippe Dahl was burned to death. Yeah, that's right. Well done, all fates correct. We have Philippe Dahl burned to death, and Martin Perrott was spiked by a terrible beast. And that is now everyone. All 60 fates solved. Well, there we go. That's everything then. So I guess I don't know why it's called a bargain though, because was like the captain trying to bargain with the mermaids to try and like leave them alone or something? Was that what it was? He was trying to bargain with them to try and stop the attacks from like the crabs and the kraken or something. Maybe that's it. So I guess I can just leave now. But like I said, what exactly is this chest? It's like this magic chest or something. It's very strange. Maybe I'll find that out in a minute if I leave here. What's happening now? There's the book. The end. Huh. So that's the end of the game, is it? Yeah, looks like it. yeah, I guess that's basically the end of it. But like I said, we never really found out what exactly that was, like that magic chest that the Formosans had. That's very strange. Well, it shows all the voice actors as well. People voicing multiple characters by the looks of things. He was voiced by two people, I guess, one for English, one for Russian or something. Alright, thank you for playing. Is that the end of the credits? Yes, so I guess that's it then. That's the end of Return of the Obra Dinn. Yes, so I'm just wondering why exactly they decided to close off the lazarette. That's a bit strange. I don't really feel like I learned, there was like a big secret from that. That was a bit strange. So I'm wondering why exactly they chose to close that off and decide not to let me view it until after all this had been done. Seems a bit strange that. But on the whole, I will say that this game here is absolutely fantastic. This is probably one of the favourite games I've played on this channel, and possibly one of my favourite games I've ever played full stop. So the whole concept of it, where it's about working out what exactly happened to everyone, it was just truly a remarkable idea of working out what happened to people, who people are, using your own deductions, and I will say the feeling of using a deduction, deducing who someone is and what happened to them is just so satisfying. It really gives you the feeling really rewarding feeling of you've done this right, and it really gives that sense of yes, I've really accomplished this, really accomplished something from this. Another thing that I really liked about this, this isn't quite often a lot of games I play on my channel, is that it really got me thinking about things after I stopped playing. It's very rare that happens when I'm when I'm playing games in general, but also when, especially with games I play on my YouTube channel, it's really it's very rare for me to really think about the game once it's completed, what I could do after I've finished playing it. So think about oh, who could this person be, or who could this person be. I will say though, some of the deductions I thought maybe, some of them did require a lot of guesswork, especially those Chinese men and those two women on the boat. I think that was a bit of mostly guesswork on my part. But I guess sometimes it's. But on the whole, I thought that most of the deductions were on the whole quite fair. He doesn't really go out of your way. He doesn't really think. I don't think I've ever would have gotten that, with a few exceptions. But yeah, it's I just really enjoyed this. I thought it was a really truly fantastic game. Like I said, I'm not really sure why I decided to hide that in the lazarette until the very end. That seemed a bit strange. But that's one minor point in a pile of really good points. And I've got to say the art style as well is really good, even though it's quite minimalist. I think it actually works to its benefit as well, because obviously a lot of people die in this game in quite graphic ways, so probably does benefit from having just a very minimalist art style, so it's not showing a lot of blood and gore. I think that does work to its benefit. But yes, like I said, I think this is probably my favourite game that I've played on the channel so far. Really enjoyed this, and I hope to. I'm looking forward to see what else Lucas Pope decides to do in the future. If there's anything on the same scale as Return of the Obra Dinn. But I suppose that's something we can look forward to next time, or sometime in the future. And at the moment, I'm still obviously recording a Hat in Time. It's Hat in Time's taking quite a long time to get through, isn't it? Hat in Time, a long time. But we'll have another game to play on the channel at some point, which I'll put in along with a Hat in Time, alternatively. And I hope you can all join me for that when we get round to starting it. And if you like this video, then please give it a like. If you're not already subscribed, it really does help me out to get the channel known. If you want to see more content like this, like other games similar to Return of the Obra Dinn, or if you have any suggestions to what other games you should play in the future, then please leave a comment in the comment section below. And until next time, folks, bye.